shinobi.
What's good, my shinobi splashers? It's your boy Malev, and I'm here with my first real informational video for your ear and your eyes. Straight wielding the liquid hotness that is the Citadel Contrast paints. I wanted to showcase to you all a technique that I have been busting for many a year now, because I have witnessed far too many posts about spilled shades and seen too many creations about workarounds for something that need not be. Alas, the drip dropple style. This is how I handle my Citadel paint pots. I usually hold them with my left hand and then use my right thumb and index finger to open the lid. Then I quickly switch stabilization priorities to my right hand and I let my left hand control the lid. Now this little paint plateau up here is the heart and soul of the drip dropple technique. What we're going to do is make sure the lid is closed, give it a little shake there, send paint up there to the paint plateau, give it a twist, and bloop, give it a drop on the palette. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the drip dropple technique on full display. That's it. But what I'm going to do for you is show you across the entire paint range the possibilities that you can get. The contrast paints are ideal for this technique because they're liquidy. No matter the size of the paint pots, it works all the same because of the lid design. Shades are obviously another perfect candidate, and with the small bots, oh wait, these guys are getting discontinued. Oh, that's lame. That's pointless. That's pointless. Well, anyway, it works on those. These aren't going away though. Yeah, shop the bone. And see, if you do it enough, you get this little paint droplet forming at the top of your lid that allows you easy drip droppling right there on the palette. Great accuracy. Base paints may not be left out. They are a little bit thicker. You have to let some of it run off more into the pot. User discretion, you know, you've got to get a feel for it. But it's quite simple ultimately. And it's a good technique to use when you want to mix two paints. Just drop it right on top of that other paint that you want to mix. Grab your brush and then swirly, swirly, swirl. Now, where this technique really comes into place is with the technical paints. Both Lamy and medium and contrast medium are perfect examples to bust the style on. Got the contrast paints up in the front, give it a shake, switch, twist, bloop, drop it right into the Blood Angels red, and right there we've got a mix of 1 drop contrast medium, 1 drop of Blood Angels red contrast paint. Grab a brush, give it a swirl, and this way you can thin down your paints with great accuracy and lots of ease. Lamy and medium works across the entire range. It's probably the Citadel paint that I buy the most of because I use it on everything from the shades to the base to the layer paints. And you can see we've gotten a lot of mileage out of utilizing this technique because you can be pretty accurate with it. Everything is pretty close together, and we haven't used a single dropper bottle. We don't need no dropper bottles. We've got the best tool of all, our hands. This next clip is about Citadel Air, using the drip dropple style. It's easy to use these paints. I know everybody is crazy that Games Workshop doesn't release their paints in dropper bottles, and yeah, that makes sense for sure. But as you can see, it works just fine. Ready to go out the pot-ho. Last but certainly not least, one more thing I wanted to show you concerns packaging. Recently I got my Relic Blade goodies from the latest Kickstarter, Lost with Enclave faction expansion set and more. They all come in a wonderful clamshell that I have chopped in half and made into a little paint delivery tray. Using the new Citadel base paint, we'll let some of this excess goopy base paint drip back into the pot. Then once we're satisfied with the amount, get ready, give it a twist, 1 drop, 2 drop right into the corner of the little clamshell, grab some airbrush thinner, and I usually do between 5 to 10 drops to the paint. It's usually just a thing how I'm feeling, doesn't really matter honestly. Grab a loose brush that I use for mixing, blah 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 blah. Just get to splishing, get to splashing. And that's the technique that I use to get all of my Citadel paints into my airbrush, no matter what type they are. Well, thanks so much for checking out my video. I don't really make a lot of videos, so I honestly don't really have a great grasp on how good it is. So if you thought it was cool, maybe you could let me know in the comments below. And if you dig in the styles, maybe you can subscribe for more. What you're looking at now is my Twitch setup. You can catch me live twitch.tv/MalevFlowShinobi and on Instagram at Malev_minis. Much love, y'all. Until next time, remember to bust that drip dropple style. Peace.
Shinobi.